Woi anjing. Jing jing anjing, jing anjing, jaga jing anjing.
Okay, so it really bugs me that people are spending hundreds of dollars on setups to catch really small fish. But you guys do you. If you're happy spending that money, as happy catching those small fish, go ahead. I am not telling you to do otherwise. But today we're gonna talk a little bit about some really cheap stuff, some cheap rubber, cheap lead weights, and some cheap hooks, and hopefully give you guys a cheaper alternative if you guys are just trying to start out on this new hobby or this new style of fishing. So yes, roll the clips and then I'll talk a bit more about my setup after all this. Roll it. Hey, what's up ladies and gentlemen, gonna try out some rig, well the budget rig which I will probably explain in the beginning part of the video. I'm gonna try small little hook down here as you can see, and that's a split shot about 1 gram. I'm gonna try with this little AliExpress I don't know, $1 for 50 rubbers, and hopefully we'll get some fish. And if I'm gonna do this in this longkang, then maybe we have a chance elsewhere like Saltwater for like AJING game or something. So let's try it. Okay, I didn't expect it, but I got a hook up immediately on my first cast. So these rubbers are pretty great so far. Oh shit, I don't need to break my hook, I only brought one hook. So it's a pretty sizable tilapia or cichlid, I don't know what's the diff. So yeah, hopefully we get some more. Okay, so I set up my phone camera and hopefully we get one hookup on the cam. Just to show you guys again, this is what we're using, the small little rubber thing, and let's try this. Look at that! Oh shit! Look on the list. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. It's really easy, man. Don't need to use any expensive rubbers for this little fish. Okay, so there you go. Proof that these little rubbers work and catch a small fish. Release it. And just one more for today. It's I don't know, orange thing. Oh crap. Yeah, these things work great. Had a couple of bites early on of small fish, and I think I might leave for today. Spend like, I don't know, 15 minutes here and caught like a bunch of fish. So really great stuff from this cheap ass rubber. So hopefully you guys will like give it a try, give it a go. I will explain more about the setup and the rig in a while, yeah, when I get back home. Oh shit, okay, I'm gonna release this guy. See ya! Yo, what's up? Where are we? Where were we? Hey there. So you guys will have watched the longkang fishing with the small little rubber, the budget setup thing, budget rig, whatever you want to call it, that fake AJING shit. And I'm going to Labrador Park, which is just behind me. Leaving my cab. The weather is pretty hot. Hit it, and hopefully we get something. I didn't bring my action cam, so if I get anything then I'll start recording, because my camera battery for this digital cam is not doing too well. And yeah, hopefully I'll hit some fish, and if I do have enough battery, you guys will see like an actual take of the rubber on the rubber. So let's go. Hey, look what I got on my second cast. It's I think it's some kind of Ross or tusk fish, I don't know. Beautiful. So yeah, You can actually hit some saltwater species just on this stupid little rubber lure. Would I recommend it? Definitely. It's cheap, it's good. What's there not to like? Okay, so I'm gonna release this guy in a while, and hopefully we'll catch more fish. I'm sure you guys can see its colors. Some kind of yeah. Okay, so after that one fish I caught at Labrador Park, I did not manage to land any other fish, which proved that the lure setup actually works for both freshwater and saltwater. But if you guys need any advice on catching small fish, you might want to check out some other YouTubers and not get advice from me. Anyway, I want to talk about the rod and reel setup and the whole rig which I use. So first up, the rod is I was using the Sig Bass 180 UL spinning. You can see the specs there. I will put the link to where I bought this rod in the descriptions below, so you guys can go check it out if you guys are interested. I think overall this rod is pretty decent. It has a pretty nice blank. The guides are not Fuji guides, but it's like the I think K or KL style guides, which I like and I prefer. The blank itself isn't as stiff as I would imagine most RG rods would feel like, but for an ultralight rod and for general ultralight fishing, I think it will do fine. But if you're a purist who wants to go to pure RG, then this might not be the rod for you. It's not the stiffest of rods, but it's actually stiffer than most ultralight China rods which I have tried. So I think this is one of the pretty decent rods so far which I've tried, and I would definitely recommend it. The build quality is pretty decent. Nice foam handles, very nice reel seat as well. Very nice finish on the reel seat. Not sure if you guys can see it. Guides are nice, and the guide wrappings are also pretty decent. Not as stiff as most RG rods, but stiff enough for me. Anyway, I also want to talk about the reel which I was using, which is this reel. Alright, the rod cost me about $50 or something like that, so you guys can go check out the actual price below. It's not the cheapest rod out there, but it will work. So if you guys are looking for something which is decent, and if this is within your budget, then go check it out. Otherwise, there are cheaper options out there. They may or may not be better, but you guys should go explore it yourself, and don't let me be the judge of what you guys buy. And for the reel, this is the reel which I would personally recommend for anybody who's starting out anything ultra light to light in Singapore, at least because of the fish size which we are actually looking at. This is the Surinoya Jaguar 1000. I think I've talked about this reel before in one of my previous videos. Very decent build. I really like it. Use it for freshwater, saltwater, and the main selling point about this reel is it's light, and also it's because of it comes with two spools, one deeper spool and one shallow spool, which really gives you a bit of versatility if you want to go fish for some ultralight things, or if you want to go for something heavier. You can put different poundage lines on both spools. Then it has you covered for most of the fishing which we do in Singapore. Very smooth reel. Hasn't failed me so far. The drag is okay for the size which you are looking at, for a size 1000 reel. And yeah, but this cost me about I think $70 or so. I think it's a good buy. I would say it might rank better. I personally would rank it better than most of the lower end Daiwa Shimano reels, especially like I think one of the go-to Daiwa reels which people go for would be like the Revros 1000 or 2000. I think that reel is very smooth as well, very good build, but it's pretty heavy. And this, I believe this is lighter. You guys go check out the specs yourself and go compare. Very smooth as well. So yeah, that's for the reel. And for the lure, this was the lure which I was using. 50 pieces or 100 pieces of this cost me about I think $2 Sing dollars. It's one of those very generic red worm kind of rubber lures which you see selling cheaply on like AliExpress and stuff. Very cheap rubber if you guys are looking for cheap rubber. Hooked it up with some of these size 10 hooks. I believe 50 pieces cost me about $2 as well. And because you need some weight to cast, I got this from Joe Tackles. I got this a long time ago, so I'm not sure if they still hold this. $1.80 for a bunch of this. I think it was like maybe 40-50 pieces of these split shots. They're each weighing 1 gram each. So, alright, haven't talked to you about the rigs which I use. So basically what I did was as like most luring setup, I would tie a leader. So I was using a fluorocarbon leader. I was using this. This is rather expensive fluorocarbon leader, but this is my go-to because I like the packaging about it. It's the Varivas. Oh, did I put it upside down? I got another one here anyway. The Varivas Big Trout Shock Leader. I'm using the 8 pounds line. You can go lighter if you want to go do even lighter kind of fishing, you know. So this was what I was using. Just a simple knot to the hook. I chose this hook because it had a longer shank. It's a J hook with a very long shank, so the hookup rate would be slightly higher for a slightly longish kind of rubber. And what I did was I just crimp on one of these 1 gram lead weight just somewhere here, and it's okay if it shifts around like a running sinker kind of setup. It doesn't really matter. I got my fish on a very loose kind of crimped on lead weight, and the overall weight for this lure rig will be about, let me check it here on my weighing scale, 1.2 gram. Let me just show you guys down here. 1.20 grams. So if I'm not wrong, the lead weight is just about, oh, is it? Yeah, 1 gram, around there. So the whole thing is about 1.2 grams, and I think it's good enough to cast if you're using very light lines. You might want to go for something heavier, or you want to crimp on, I don't know, 2 lead weights. It's up to you. 1 gram worked fine for me. The sink weight was pretty decent. I could still feel when the rig actually hit the bottom. So that's great, and it worked for me. So I'm not saying that this lure or this hook is the best you can get out there, or it's even better than any of the RG specific or ultralight specific kind of rubber lures out there. But if you're on a budget, or if you're just trying to start out on this kind of ultralight fishing, or you're just trying to see whether you like it or not, then yeah, these things work. They're cheap as hell, and like a bunch of this will cost you less or equal to a packet of RG specialized rubber. So you do the math and experiment. That's what I'm all about. Like, yeah. So yeah, definitely out there are other alternatives to, oh wow, they're recording for like 10 minutes already. Shit! So yeah, if you guys would like to try out some ultralight fishing, this is a setup which I would recommend. It's not the cheapest out there, but it's relatively cheaper than what most other people would recommend, especially the whole lure setup. That would save you quite a bit of money, because the whole bunch would cost you maybe less than a packet of very specialized AJING rubbers. So there's that. And if you guys want to see something from this channel, just comment below and I will maybe consider doing it. I'm pretty busy lately and hope you guys have fun. Tight lines and smiley face. Shit! Oh. Not sure if you guys can see, but that's a dying barramundi somewhere. Seems to have gotten a chunk bitten out of it. Shit.